It's amazing how much money people spend on instant gratification. You know, pastries, alcohol, marijuana, drugs, cigarettes, and stuff like that. And then they have results from taking that stuff, and then they spend even more money trying to hide the effects of those bad habits, plastic surgery, liposuction, whatever they can do to try to hide the effects of the bad stuff. And then they spend even more money to save their lives from the negative effects of the liposuction and the plastic surgery and all that stuff that they try to do to hide the effects of the original stuff that they did for instant gratification. When all along, they could have just eaten right and exercised, gotten sunlight, rest, and had the strength to say no to the temptations of instant gratification. They would have ended up looking like they wanted to in the first place. But that's the thing. I know it's really hard in the moment. When you're in the moment, you just, this one little piece of pastry, this one beer, this one pizza, this one drug, this one beer, whatever it is, isn't going to make much difference, right? But there isn't just one. There's always another one. And then the next day, so today you have a donut, tomorrow you have a beer, the day after that you have a pizza. So you're not doing donuts every day, but you're doing something different every day that's an instant gratification. People reach for, they like variety. So they have a different variety of instant gratification. But every day it's got to be something that makes them feel good right now, because they're going through all this stress and they need something to make them feel good and just stuff their face with it. And then they wonder why they start looking old and run down, and so they try to hide that. You know, but then they start looking like older people that are trying to hide things with plastic surgery. You can just tell they just have that look. And then, of course, you hear all these horror stories of people trying to fix the problems from that. You can't cheat. That's just it. There's no shortcuts. You can't just do something like plastic surgery and liposuction and think you're going to look like a supermodel. It doesn't work. There's always complications, and there is no shortcuts, and you're going to pay even more to try to hide the negative effects. I mean, you hear these horror stories of people getting heart attacks, and the liposuction sets free a clot of fat that goes up and gives them a stroke or a heart attack, and then they die on the operating table. You hear this all the time. People are trying to take shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. Just eat right and have the right lifestyle in the first place. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult, but I mean, long-term investments are worth it so much more than short-term investments. And I've been saying this all along. I mean, it's not just with health or money. It all is the same thing. Long-term investments pay off much better than short-term investments. And that has a lot to do with your everyday decisions. Every minute you make a decision in your life, which determines your future. It all adds up. And if you don't think these little things make that much of a difference, this one beer, this one pizza's not going to make a difference. You know, every one of those hurts your body in some way. It leaves a mark. It insults your body. It hurts its feelings. Think about it. When you were a kid and some little bully insulted you, there are insults that we got in childhood that we still carry with us to this day. It's still scarred our soul and our mind and our emotions. The same thing with the physical, because it's all energy. There's no difference between that insult that bully gave you in childhood and it's still with you today. It's still lingering and you're still trying to prove yourself as a worthy person. Your body is being hurt and scarred with every beer, every pizza, every donut, every thing that every hit of some substance, every whatever. It's going to leave a mark. Even might be a little one, but that mark will still resonate energetically years down the road, and it will show up on your face. There are so many subtle things that your face says about you that you can't even control with plastic surgery or anything. No filter in the world can hide the pain and the scars and the subtle emotional things that are always showing on your face. So I guess my thing is, don't cheat. Try to hold back. I know it's hard. And I know people say everything in moderation. It's like saying, okay, the bullies only insulted you half the time that they did. They're still going to leave a mark. Everything leaves a mark. So just try your best, because the more success you have with saying no, the better of a long-term investment you're going to have. And you're going to look back in the future and go, I'm so glad I had the strength to say no when I could have just given in like everyone else. Because that's when the differences start showing up, is down the road. Not right away, but down the road. So I hope I know I sound like Marcus keeps egging it. Well, that's it. I mean, what am I going to do? I got to say what I got to say. Somebody's got to say it, right? I mean, and I'm not going to give you this ASMR, oh, everything is beautiful, you know, like somebody's got to tell you the truth. You know, that stuff's bad for you. It's going to leave an effect. And there's no shortcuts. Okay, well, I hope I inspired you in some way. And at some day, I hope that a little switch clicks inside you and goes, you know what? I think he's right. I think I'm going to start doing this stuff and see what happens. Stick with it. It's worth it. The investments will pay off. Until then, have a good life, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.